Namaste. Hi. If I can actually get this working properly, give me 1 second. Am I here? No, it's a big black screen. Let me fix that. There we go. Am I here? Can you see me? Absolutely not. How about now? Absolutely fucking. Bam, 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 bam. Nothing. Hold on. There we go, baby. And then we got light. Don't mind all these wires. Let's go. So that was that. How about some light? Boom. We got light. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Very self-conscious of my hair right now. Right now it looks good, but before, bunch of bald spots. I was about to cry. I'm like, man, I thought I had at least 35 before I started getting bald. But it looks good now. It looks good now. Before it wasn't looking that, as we say, suavemente. You know what I'm saying? Do one I've been really into. Now pick my nose. Everyone stop. Freaking. What's it called? Copy. Some freaking house music, bringing it back. That man, house music was the shenanigans with my group of individuals. Was big. But you know, but that's back in the day. We don't need that. But do you know what always hits? Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Put that jazz back. Jazz is always it's nice. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. I want to test something out. We'll see, no copyright. A lot of these playlists says, oh, no copyright, no copyright. Hey, with copyright. This is what we're gonna do. My skin is dry. I for sure need to put some moisturizer before I go to bed. Look at that line, man. My receding hairline. At least it's in the line. You know what I'm saying? Get my foot rest stool shenanigans in. So what is grabbing my attention as a young man? I wasn't gonna finish that sentence, but I don't think I watched this video. Did I watch this video? Kinda looks familiar. I don't know. I'll watch it later. No copyright. We're going strong. To be honest, kind of want that's too much. I need something a little calmer. To copy right free lo-fi. It's way too heavy. I want something a little bit more relaxed. A little bit too relaxed, but we'll deal with it. Bam, bam, bam. There we go, we're good. Let's see who's live right now. Absolutely no one. Dude, let's see. Honestly, let's see how Overwatch 2 is doing. Was there DDoS attack? What? What is this? Hold on. Loading. Computer freezing. Unfrozen.
They can't get away with this.
Goes in.
It looks like they can get away with this, Soldier 76. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the channel. So Overwatch 2 has been under attack. It sounds drastic, but it really has. And this has been disrupting the game. So check this out. This is me getting very strong Overwatch 2016 vibes. 20,000 players in queue ahead of me. This is awesome. Loads of people are trying to log into the game. Finally, after years of people just not playing this game, people are coming back in their droves. It's awesome. And then boom, you're thrown straight out of the game because an unexpected server error occurred, which is the old Blizzard classic. Now, most of us at the time just assumed, oh, this is just the servers are broke. You know, Blizzard need to fix them. Come on, Blizz, sort this out. What are you doing? However, as it transpires, it maybe was a little bit of Blizzard, but also Blizzard were under attack. Now, a lot of you guys were suffering from this. In fact, it was a very widespread issue,
Okay.
essentially preventing players from playing the game. You maybe got a game or 2 games, and then you got disconnected, or you got disconnected through half a game. So let's take a look at what some of you guys sent to me on Twitter. Look at this. 40,000 players in a queue. I mean, as he says, rookie numbers, my 20,000 is 30,000 players. I mean, good Lord, good actual Lord. Look at this one, another 40,000 players. It's just crazy to see these numbers. But it does make me happy because it means there's a bit of life in Overwatch, right? 40,000 players again. It is insane. So what the hell has happened? This is a DDoS attack. In fact, there have been multiple DDoS attacks.
Makes sense. Makes sense. There's no way.
But essentially, they stop
people are so excited
and
about
then it can disrupt game
Overwatch 2.
services. So, unfortunately, we are experiencing a mass DDoS attack on our servers, says Mikey Barra, the president of Blizzard.
This means a
We
little
are
louder, a little
working
louder.
hard to
Hello.
manage. This is causing a lot of
Arigato gozaimasu. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
drop connection issues. Now, yeah, it is. And a DDoS attack is essentially where a ton of information is sent to an address on the internet. So a botnet, basically a ton of computers that
Hey,
are
thing is,
infected with
tell me,
a
you know.
specific virus, will just start sending requests, sending packets of data to a server node or to a server.
Now we know. Was DDoS attack? Where's it? There we go. Oh my god, Rick and Morty's coming out? No, it's already out. I haven't been watching it. Man, I haven't watched real TV in such a long time. Okay, what is this? ¿Qué es eso?
God, I can't.
Okay. The best manhwa of the year. Let's check this out.
Wait to get my hands on the newest volume of SSS Plus Strongest Level 1 Player Necromancer Mage Returns. Psst, hey kid. Me? Yeah, you. Do you want the good stuff? What? I've got a story that doesn't involve regression, cultivation, reincarnation, or even a system.
Ooh.
We got you surrounded. Put that goddamn monstrosity down. I first saw this manhwa being mentioned in the comment section. They made it sound so mysterious that I actually had to check it out. So like any manhwa fan, I looked at the cover art, read the synopsis, and added it to my list, where it probably rot there for a good while. After numerous checks and reviews throughout the week, I had finally made a decision to read it. And that's when I realized that it is worth my time. Barbarian Quest is a fantasy manhwa. No, not this type of fantasy, but this type of fantasy.
It's not that type of fantasy either.
And I gotta be honest, even if you're not a fan of fantasy, magic or anything of the sort barely gets mentioned. Its main focus is about medieval times, and in specific, Urich. The story follows Urich, our main character, who's goddamn majestic, and also an absolute unit on the battlefield. He lived beyond the mountain ranges, and the tribe he was from was basically isolated from any other civilization. The tribe has this belief that when they die, their soul crosses the mountain range and lives there. That was the belief held by everyone there, except for the main character, who wanted to find out by himself what's true and what's not. So he decided to go personally and find out the truth. In the midst of trying to climb the mountain, he and his friends got ambushed by unknown people. After his friends get injured, he tells his friends to retreat and decides to attack the people. He manages to knock out their leader, but then he gets outnumbered by the soldiers. After he gains consciousness, he finds himself captured in a camp beyond the mountain range. After breaking free, he goes on a rampage and slaughters every single person in the camp. Then he realizes that there are no souls beyond the mountain range, but rather a whole world filled with other people and civilizations. So the story basically follows Urich and his journey to answer the questions that he has about the world. And honestly, it's a breath of fresh air in manhwa. An actual adventure story for once. And I think that this manhwa actually and seep through
Tower God
to other communities.
Is an adventure.
The art is absolutely beautiful. The manhwa has some high quality panels.
Dude, this manhwa, wherever the artist is not sleeping, because there's so much effort he puts in it. It is insane.
Traveling, it felt like actually traveling for once. You can see him make progress from town to town, city to city, and meeting all sorts of people. Usually it's hard to capture that in manhwa or manga. It's kind of hard to create a sense of the world to tell how far away something is or how close it is. But I think it does a good job in that. And most of all, it's seinen, so you know it has that deep story. I think people should definitely know about this, but yeah, that's about it. Also, a special thanks to my friend who helped me.
That's it. Oh my god, I didn't.
His art is goddamn amazing, so please give him.
I thought it was something more. That did not deserve a follow, so I'm not gonna follow or subscribe. Hanging way too much time with TikTok. TikTok. What is this? What is this? What is this?
This is me standing
Let's see. Let's see. Let's see.
in front of what's widely considered to be the most haunted hotel in the U.S., the Stanley Hotel. Every ghost hunting program that comes here
That's true.
somehow has this insane, traumatic, life-altering experience after staying here for just one night.
I agree.
And I'm trying to do the same thing. I'm gonna try to spend a night here hunting ghosts because I have one simple question. Is every ghost show and paranormal YouTuber over-exaggerating?
100%.
Or is it just Shane Dawson? Because I know that Shane Dawson is. These shows are quite literally designed to scare you. They go in with the preconceived notion that like, well, we've got to make an entertaining show, and we're only here for one night, so we
100%.
got to come up with something scary. So they add in scary music over every scene, scary sound effects, they dress all cool, and I'm pretty sure they just make stuff up.
They all have
And after
mohawks.
filming this video and talking to the hotel staff, I have a lot of evidence. I just feel like as a viewer, we never get to actually see what the experience is like staying at one of these haunted locations. What's it like when a regular person that's not trying to make a scary video stays here? Are you actually guaranteed a spooky night of being tossed around the room by some guy that died 100 years ago? Or
Maybe.
is it all fake?
100% fake.
Somebody trying to.
Well, I would like to believe it's real.
They got scared. They felt a presence and they're trying to leave. The vibe's off. We gotta get out of here. The Stanley.
The Stanley Hotel is probably most known for being so scary that apparently just one stay here inspired Stephen King to write The Shining. And I'll tell you the story of how that happened
Oh,
later,
it makes
but
sense, makes
ever
sense.
since The Shining came out, this hotel has been the subject of countless ghost stories and paranormal investigations, most of which exclusively depict this place as this decrepit, creepy old hotel that only exists at night. But this place is actually like a beautiful hotel. It felt less like a portal to hell and more like a tourist attraction. When I got there were people milling around, taking pictures. The hotel was like blaring music. If I was a ghost, I would have been pissed. I can't haunt this place. It's too nice out. Nobody's even gonna be scared of me. There are a ton of different ghosts that haunt this hotel. Like, I think every article I read and every person I talked to at this hotel somehow knew about a different ghost that I hadn't heard of yet. It's like anyone who's ever so much as even looked at this building gets sent here when they die. I'm worried I'm gonna haunt this place when I die. There's the ghost of a housekeeper that was in an explosion at the hotel and still sticks around to fulfill her maidly duties. A cowboy
Man.
ghost that supposedly kisses women in their sleep. And a lot more ghosts, many of which are tied to specific rooms, like my room, the Haberdasher Suite. Because my room is haunted by a haberdasher. If you don't know what a haberdasher is, it
No.
is someone
I can't hear.
haberdashes, which apparently is old-timey speak for sells clothes to men. It's just a men's clothes dealer. Okay, I'm about to enter the room for the first time.
Haberdashery.
Probably one of the many haunted rooms in this hotel. I've heard that when stepping into a haunted space for the first time, you can immediately notice a different energy.
Haberdasher.
But I walked all around this room, looked in every nook and cranny, and I gotta say, I did not
Kinda looks
notice
dusty.
anything. It's a good sign. There is a fly flying around. I don't know if you can see that. I keep seeing it smack into the window. He's trying to get out of here. He's scared. On a scale from 1 to 10, I'd say my spook level was hovering about a 1.
Dude, why do people wear shoes on the bed?
Spook
I don't like that.
meter. On the spookometer. No Bible. You know what I feel like?
I'll be right back.
This often, because they're haunted, can get a pass if anything about their room is like shitty, because they can either be like, well, the ghost did that. Sorry, your bed's fucked up. The ghost did that. Or just like people who are coming for like a haunted experience aren't looking for like the nice amenities of a hotel. They're not focused on the backsplash of the bathroom sink. They're focused on like Am I gonna start floating in the middle of the night? So, you know, I feel like we should be fair and actually do a review of this hotel room from a non-paranormal perspective. When you stay in the Haberdasher Suite, you'll feel like you were transported back to the early 1900s. And not just because there's a man trying to sell you a bowler hat in the corner. I'm talking solid wooden doors, no central AC, which according to an email was to preserve the historic feel of the room. A giant AC unit by the window, which does the exact opposite. I also like the fun historic pics of the hotel. Oh, that's the hotel in the background. That's tight. I thought this lady was holding a gun at first. That's why the hotel's haunted. This is moments before the first ghosts entered the hotel. This couple's just laughing, having a good time. This lady's like, yo, get a picture of this. In keeping with the theme of not keeping with the theme, the bathroom also felt very out of place. This is actually a very nice shower. Some nice artwork over here.
What did I miss, you guys? What did I miss? What did I miss?
Had this like newly renovated farmhouse aesthetic, like something straight out of an episode of Fixer Upper. 0 out of 10, not historic, and too nice to be haunted. Seriously, when it started to get dark out, the only place I felt like I wouldn't get haunted was in the bathroom. I'd be peeing and the haberdasher would just be standing outside the door like, come out here. I can't haunt you.
The hack-slinging slasher.
Come out here where it's old and creepy. Please. I want to sell you a hat. Okay, this curtain has a stain on it. Something was up with the bed, too. Do my feet look higher than the rest of my body? All right, I'm settled into my hotel room. I'm chilling. I went to the hotel restaurant and ate some dinner. The view was beautiful and the food was just okay. And my spookometer is still going strong at a 1. Now, you're probably wondering what I mean when I say that all of the shows that film here are over-exaggerating. Unless you've watched one of these shows before, in which case you're not. You already 100% know what I'm talking about. Well, let's take a look at Ghost Adventures, which is hosted by what I like to call the Chris Angel of paranormal investigation, Zach Baggins.
This is a genuine
Bilbo Baggins.
haunt. The second I got my key and I shut the door, I pretty much said, all right, listen.
Oh, I see it, man.
I'm gonna have to get naked a couple times to take a shower. Sometimes in the middle of the night I get up to get water, and I can't guarantee that I'm wearing everything.
Oh no. Oh shoot. Is that something I should have done when I got here? Attention, all ghosts in this room. You are gonna see my dick.
From early childhood, I used to hang out around here. I've had 2 heart transplants, so every anniversary of one of my heart transplants.
Whoa, 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 whoa. He just said he had 2 heart transplants. 2 heart transplants? Is this guy super rich? Aren't like you have to be in the waiting list? Like it takes like years just to get 1, and you got 2? Something's 100% fishy about this.
Wait, their gift to their son with severe heart problems was a trip to the scariest place in the
That's true.
country? Dude, I don't mean to pry, but your parents were 100% trying to kill you.
Our investigation will take us into 3 of the buildings that comprise the Stanley Complex.
The sound effects in this show are insane. They're designed to make you scared before anything scary even happens. I feel like
Boom.
I'm being shot in the chest every time they switch shots in this sequence.
The main hotel,
Whoa.
the manor house, and the
I'm hit.
carriage house.
Oh, fuck.
At 3 a.m.
You put some bass on the impact.
Noise, and shortly after that, my digital recorder captured an EVP.
Shut this door.
Stuff like this is pretty hard to dispute because it's impossible to tell if this is staged or not, or if this is just like static that happens to somewhat resemble a human voice. Without the text on screen, it kind of doesn't even sound like a voice. Like, let me play a different one, for example, and you try to tell me what you think it says.
That's like
And
anything.
that's what it says. Did you get it?
I guess. I
knew you
guess.
didn't have what it takes to join the Ghost Adventures. Get out of my hotel room. And then we get to Shane Dawson.
I think they tried to decorate for Christmas, but it is scary. Why are all these chairs so scary?
Watching Shane Dawson
They're just
investigate
chairs.
the
You never seen white chairs?
paranormal is like watching a wounded deer try to investigate a theme park. It doesn't matter what happens, he's going to be terrified.
Oh my god.
Wait, are they fucking with us?
Just unlocking the door to his room is almost enough to send Shane packing. This is creepy as fuck. It is a very normal hotel room.
Kind of normal, I'm not gonna lie.
You're gonna think I'm being dramatic. My camera has been fine focusing this whole day. The second we got into this hotel, it stops fucking focusing every second.
I don't know if you guys know this,
Maybe
but
because it's low light? You know what I'm saying? Not enough light, so just know exactly what to.
Cameras have a harder time
Just like-
focusing in dimly lit environments.
Exactly.
That's like a well-known thing about cameras. It's pretty funny to try to pin that on a ghost.
It's not focusing on anything.
Yeah, you guys turned off all the light.
Do what you gotta do. It's called manual
What are you
focus.
trying to focus on? He's like panning around really fast and like getting really close to things in the dark. Like, I'm sorry, dude. The darkness is usually way crisper on this camera. But I think my favorite part about this is when Shane pauses the video and edits in text to point out something that he didn't notice while filming.
Why is it so blurry? Why is it on cross-eyed? What?
I've shown this to so many people. Did you guys see anything? What did he think was there? I'm so confused. He didn't have to edit that in. It might be nothing. Yeah, no, it definitely
It's definitely
Throughout the
nothing.
video, Shane adds in sound effects that are designed to make his terrified reaction seem a little more justified.
Oh my god.
He'll hear like a tiny bump noise that came from outside and then add in like the loudest horror sound effect you've ever heard. Here's the actual sound effect, and then here's how scared that made me. Okay guys, I have a confession to make. I know I talked a really big game about all the ghosts that have been spotted in this hotel. And as I was doing some research in my room, I started to realize that a lot of these stories might also be over-exaggerated a little bit. I know.
Well.
Apparently, it's not just the ghost hunter shows that are doing it. Perhaps the hotel also has something to gain by playing up how haunted they are.
1911, maids up here are lighting acetylene gas lamps. There's a gas leak. This room blows up. The maid's name was Mrs. Wilson. Let's believe that Mrs. Wilson is still with us in the hotel here. We've had guests walk into the bathroom. The light will turn on. Their clothes are put away in the dresser drawers and their bags are stacked in the closet.
I have a couple questions about this story. Because the way he tells it in this show makes it sound like the housekeeper is haunting the hotel because she died in this explosion at the hotel. She didn't. She didn't die. I looked it up. There's articles about this story. This happened in 1911. A housekeeper accidentally blew up like half the hotel.
Okay.
She sustained injuries. She broke both of her ankles. And then she died. In 1950. She lived for 40 years after this
Yeah,
explosion.
yeah,
Honestly,
that-
even if she is haunting the hotel, like if she died here
She
in
came back.
1950, that's her own business.
Maybe
hotel doesn't need to
dude,
go
maybe
around
maybe the happiest years of her life was in the hotel. She's like, you know what? When I die, I want to go back to where all began.
spreading this story about her fucking up and blowing up the hotel. That seems a little bit petty, doesn't it? The interesting thing about the housekeeper ghost is that it's said that most of
She
what
was for
she
sure
does
dead
to haunt the hotel
to
is
the manager.
folding people's clothes and making their beds while they're not in the room. Which, sure, it is pretty difficult to prove a ghost did that because that's
That's
what
just a
happens at
housekeeper.
every hotel when you leave the room, because that's what housekeepers do. But what would you rather her ghost powers be? Blowing up your room? Fucking up and just exploding the hotel? That wouldn't be a very fun ghost, would it? This room is actually haunted by a creeper from Minecraft. If you hear hissing behind you, run. I'll be honest, at this point, I'm kind of worried I'm not even gonna get kissed by this cowboy ghost. And it's not just that. I also looked into the story about The Shining, and do you want to know what happened? What inspired this hotel's biggest claim to fame? On a cold winter night in the 1970s, Stephen King stayed in room 217 at the Stanley Hotel. It was the end of the tourist season at the hotel, so it was very empty. And while Stephen was sleeping, he had a nightmare that his son was being chased by a hose. And it was so scary that he wrote a whole ass book about it.
Oh, it's kind of messed
That's
up.
right. As far as anyone knows, and as far as Stephen King has ever said, Stephen King saw 0 ghosts at the
100%.
Stanley Hotel. 0 ghosts. You can book the room Stephen King stayed in, and it is booked for every Halloween for 7 years. Because the hotel's
7
booking
years?
system only goes 7 years into the future. And he never saw a ghost. Okay, but to be fair, just because Stephen King didn't see a ghost at the Stanley Hotel doesn't mean that there's nothing weird going on here, as I would find out when we got to talking to 2 tour guides at the hotel.
This is the 3rd, possibly the 4th haunted building I've worked at. This is definitely the most haunted place I've worked in town.
I think that there are far too many, far too close enough to sane people at the Stanley who have a ghost story.
When I started working here, I was thought, maybe I'll see a ghost, hear some weird noise, maybe once, twice a year. Some Some nights it's an every night thing.
And we also got to go on a tour of all
Some
the
nights
haunted
it's an
spots
every
in the
night
hotel
thing.
after
Hold
that.
on,
We
no.
found out
Some nights it's an every night thing. Very contradictory. Two very contradictory
a lot of
statements.
juicy details about this hotel. For one, there are a ton of pictures of ghosts that people have taken at the Stanley Hotel. And on this tour, they showed us a lot of them. And while some of them just look like it could have been like a camera glitch or like a blurry low-light photo where you can't really tell what's going on, when it's 1 a.m. and you're in the underground cave tunnels underneath a haunted hotel with two strangers you've never met, and one of them shows you a picture of a ghost girl hiding behind the carriage that you're standing right next to, scary. The scariest ghost they told us about was a ghost named Dennis. They don't actually know the ghost.
Why is it always these weird, like,
and I wish I had a video of
it's like it's always the weird, unassuming names. It's Dennis. Sounds like I'm sorry. It sounds like the guy who works at the grocery store. It's Dennis. My cousin's name is Dennis. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's Dennis is not the very menacing name. Beware of Dennis. No one cares. It's always these weak names. That's what it is. It's a weak name. Not saying that anyone's weak by if your name is Dennis, but like Dennis is not very menacing.
The pictures they showed us, but Dennis looks creepy as hell. In every picture, he's just a shadowy figure with glowing eyes. In one of the pictures, he was posing in the background like this. And they told us a story about how one of the staff members saw Dennis in like the staff quarters, and Dennis started chasing him, and all the doors were locked, so he had to run upstairs and jump out a window to get away from Dennis. Do you have any idea how badly I didn't want to wake up in my hotel room that night and see Dennis staring at me? I was
That's
at a
kinda
solid
scary.
5 or 6 on my little spook meter. But that all went down to a negative 5 or 6 when they started telling us a story about when Zach Baggins was there filming for Ghost Adventures. A big part of the Ghost Adventures episode at the Stanley was the carriage house, because that's where the hotel stores all of the mattresses that people have died on.
There's objects in here where some actual death happened. Where the
Dude,
bodies
that guy looks so cringe.
on these beds.
So
What
they
was?
spent, like, a
Wasn't this like
ton of time
2010? I don't think even 2010 that was cool. That hairstyle.
trying to contact the spirits of people who have died on these mattresses. Can you guess what the tour guides told us? Yeah, none of that's true. Yeah, the
Yeah.
hotel doesn't store mattresses that people died on like they're saving.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy. I think they would just throw it away. Why wouldn't you just throw it away?
For something. Save it. What would they be saving them for?
That's so funny. We're an operating hotel, and believe it or not, we switch out mattresses every once in a while.
So Zach Baggins and his crew apparently just showed up and like looked through the window of the carriage house, saw mattresses, and were like, "Hey, let's go make some stuff up in there." The most interesting thing I took from the tour is that even though the tour guides know all of the spookiest things that have happened in the hotel, some of them don't 100% believe in ghosts. We were walking with one of the tour guides after he had showed us, I don't know, some of the most insane pictures of ghosts I've ever seen. And Jake asked him like, "So when did you start believing in ghosts?" And he was like, "Oh, I don't know if I believe in that stuff." Huh? So wait. What was all that about Dennis then? You get to just tell me about Dennis and make me scared and then not believe in him yourself? How is that fair? Don't get me wrong though, a lot of the staff actually do believe in ghosts, so much so that some even claim to have personal relationships with the ghosts they interact with most often.
Last summer, 2021, Paul,
I do want to be honest. It's always the middle-aged white lady who has anything to do with ghost people. You know, hand reading, tarot cards. All mediums are pretty old middle-aged white ladies. So if you tell me this middle-aged white lady for some reason has a relationship as a friend with the ghost, I'm sure. Let's go back. What's her face? What's her face looks like again?
Interact with most often.
You can't tell me that is the face of when people say, I'm a ghost talker. I talk to ghosts. That's the face you see. This is the face.
Summer 2021, Paul, our former caretaker of the concert hall, gave me a birthday present. It was a little 20-cent Euro piece, French issue. Left it on
I gave you 25 cents.
seat of my car 2 days after my birthday. I asked my husband, I asked my coworkers, I asked whoever. And then in a Ouija board session 3 weeks later,
Ooh.
Paul claims it. And I carry it with me as a good luck token.
I'm a very naturally skeptical person, so
Huh.
when I hear stories like this, my brain immediately jumps to like, let's think of all the reasons why this might not be true. So rest assured that's all I've been doing since I got back from the hotel. But like, you know, I have a hard time calling people liars and saying that their like first-hand personal accounts aren't true. What I do know though is that while we were getting this tour, there were at least 1 or 2 other tour guides that were following us and trying to prank us the entire time by tapping on the windows of the rooms we were in with sticks.
Because I remember one day it was like completely drained. Who's there?
I guess that's just kind of like a fun little thing they do there. A fun little hazing designed to, I don't know, make me poop shit my pants. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of hazing, except for when there is. So I am kind of curious how many of the paranormal experiences the staff have had at this place that were just pranks that they never found out were pranks.
I mean, there's some pranks I would did my own job that I would never admit to.
With me to the Stanley Hotel, I brought pretty much every ghost hunting device I could get my grubby little hands on. So let's turn off the lights in this hotel room and get to work. I'll have this EMF running the whole time. An EMF measures electromagnetic frequencies,
Oh, yeah, I know
which are
EMF.
emitted by man-made sources like
That's in
electrical wiring
Phasmophobia.
or ghosts. Is there anyone here right now? Okay, it's still at 0. Another popular ghost hunting tool is a tiny twist-on flashlight like this. Because some ghosts might not be super powerful and might not be able to move really heavy objects, if you twist one of these flashlights right to the point where it's about to turn off, it makes it a lot easier for a ghost to communicate by flickering the light. I gave any potential ghosts a little demonstration on how to twist the light, and I was about to start trying to communicate when the unthinkable happened. So if there's anyone here, let's maybe make... Oh, okay. Yeah, it was just a moth that flew in front of the camera light, and Jake tried to swat at it. So the light flickered for a second. Don't let my nervous little smile and laugh fool you. I actually was scared right here. I guess having the only light in the room is kind of a... Oh, shit, you got it.
I got it.
Holy mackerel.
Fuck that guy.
Yet another ghost in the room tonight. Next up, the spirit box. A spirit box is basically just a little radio that rapidly cycles through radio stations. Ghosts can apparently use those radio stations to communicate with us.
Phasmophobia.
Okay, now I would like to ask again, is there anybody in this room aside from me?
He's got a big nose.
Okay, we got a little something. I don't know what it said. It kind of sounded like, oh, you can do it. Very encouraging ghost. I do appreciate that. Thank you. Is there anybody that is maybe... Okay. That actually sounded... I said, is there anybody? And it kind of sounded like it might have said, there is somebody. I'll let you guys listen to it a couple times. Let me know what you think. That is maybe... Full disclosure, I actually am pretty weirded out by this. This is a pretty strange occurrence. It does sound a lot like there's somebody, and so I will give 1 point to the ghost for that one. That was pretty good, buddy.
Okay.
If you're a ghost, make no noise happen. Like, make it so no words are said. I also have a thermal camera
I guess.
for cold spots, which could be ghosts. Wait, what the fuck? I just turned it on and there's literally a cold spot right here. Actually, it feels wet. Can I smell it?
His nose is big, dude.
Okay, it kind of smells like it might be like a cleaner or something, I think. But it definitely is wet. Hey, Danny, it's future Danny here. Could you stop touching that? It's definitely pee. There was a small wet spot, and then a little trail, and then a big wet spot, like somebody started to have an accident, managed to control it for a second, and then hobbled 2 feet, and then just let it all out. Which leads to the scariest question of them all.
Who peed in your room?
Why did I put my face in that? Why was my first instinct when confronted with a wet spot in a hotel room to get my nose and lips as close to that baby as I could? I'm at home. It's been a week since I was at this hotel, and my spook meter is at a 10 out of 10. I think I was possessed by a piss goblin. Luckily, in the rest of the room, we didn't find any more piss. We also didn't find any ghosts, but at that point, I was more...
Oh, it could have been a dog. That's what it could have been.
Disclosure,
Oh, it makes sense why something cleaner. They're probably like, oh man, my dog pissed here, and they try to clean it. That's what it is.
go about like looking for spirits. Everybody goes in and like sits on the floor and is like, "Who's there? Can anyone say your name?
Who are you? What's your name? Did you pass away in one of those beds?
I think it's a little bit
No.
condescending. So I think if we're gonna find anything in this room, we're gonna have to get a little bit more drastic. Howdy, y'all. If there be any rootin' tootin' cowboys that like a good time, why don't you come
He
go
touched
ahead
B.
and flicker the flashlight? Is there any ghosts around me? All right, well, I guess if you don't want to come out, I'm gonna have to keep all this gold myself. But the only thing coming from my vial of gold was a puddle of gold. So I guess my method of ghost hunting was a giant waste of time. And sure, I did get this sick picture out of it, but unless I ever make like a half country, half hyperpop album and I need cover art, it's pretty much useless.
Good night. Tell the haberdasher I say hello.
Haberdasher. Never knew what that meant. What is a haberdasher? I wouldn't sleep there. I'm too like I'm too much of a chicken. If you did all the paranormal stuff, I'm like, hey man, the editor, the camera guy, want to sleep here? Let's switch rooms.
Okay, I am currently laying in bed in the dark in this hotel room. This is the first time I've been like alone with all the lights off in this room. First off, let's do a bed review, dude. This bed, very squishy. A lot squishier than I thought. So should be a pretty cozy night if I can get to sleep. That being said, I'm not gonna lie, I am scared. It's honestly very frustrating to be scared right now. I think in an attempt to avoid sitting in complete silence, I just started saying anything that was on my mind, which resulted in me performing what
you gotta do is just watch little YouTube videos, so then you go from there.
Some sort of paranoid ghost-themed stand-up set. Why are people only scared of ghosts when it's dark? The fact that ghosts would only come out when it's dark, like, implies that ghosts only exist to scare.
I just keep looking at my hairline. It's so.
I don't subscribe to that. Why would that be? All right. Yeah, man. Sick. Whatever makes you feel less scared, dude. Ghosts don't just come out in the dark. They also come out in the daytime. So you should be scared right now, but you should also have been scared all day. Very clever. Definitely having all of the pictures that they showed us on the tour, like replaying in my mind, is not going to help. So I really ought to stop doing that before I really try to get into it. So if my brain could just stop with that, and then we could proceed with the rest of the experience, that'd be great. As I laid there, I could almost feel my brain wanting to play tricks on me. I was so like hyper aware of every shadow in the room, every sound that I heard, every feeling in my body, and it took me a
100%.
solid like 30 minutes to calm myself down enough to try to go to sleep. All right, well, I'm just gonna try to go to bed. Good night.
He's not gonna do it. There, don't wait. You're gonna do it.
I did it, baby. That's right. I slept in a haunted room in the most haunted hotel for 5 hours. And I slept like a rock, dude. There could have been a haberdasher twerking on my bed all night, and I would not have woken up. Luckily, it does look like nothing paranormal happened that night, because I would have been pretty pissed if I missed that. So, look, I can't tell you if there for sure are or aren't ghosts in the Stanley Hotel, but what I can tell you is that you're definitely not guaranteed a paranormal experience. What I can bet, though, is that it's still probably going to be pretty scary. Even if you don't believe in ghosts, it's like turbulence on an airplane. I don't actually think the plane is going to crash, but when it's happening, I am clutching my armrest. Speaking of which, I think I got to catch my flight back home.
That was a good video. Was that good commentary? That is another question about that. Bep, 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 bep. Bep, Bam. Bam. Dun, 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 dun. The thing is, I was gonna take that as Sylvia, but now all the lo-fi it just makes me not want to do that. Makes me want to relax. Makes me want to have a good time. Alright. Chainsaw Man coming soon. Arigatou gozaimasu. Can't wait for that. Oh my god, I should really do. I should really play something. Or, hear me out. We don't do that. And we do watch that new unusual memes video because I'm still not sure that I watched it or not. Like, I cannot guarantee that we didn't. Ooh, I don't think we watched that. Let's go to the beginning. Let's go to the beginning. Oh.
Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, grab the girl hand. Oh Lord, you
Whenever you buy a new car, always pay attention to the gaps in the door. This is how you could tell if it's been in an accident or not.
This is for sure Brazil.
I swear.
100% Brazil.
It is like about to fall.
Is that a, what do you call those? No idea. Ooh.
Fucking little terracotta pot. It's even got like a whole stamp on there and then it's painted. Like,
I don't know why it's so funny.
smells really good.
Oh, stupid. Oh, that's ghost pissed. Wow.
The fuck?
Okay. That looks bad. Oh, her neck is broken. Big.
Hey Shane, can I get a bite?
What's the point of that guy? Oh my god, what is that? Oh my god.
Why does that kind of look like balls?
Bro, I'm dead.
That's not funny.
Tell you what crazy thing I've got going up here today. Today I have a crazy canvas here.
Dude, that's kind of trippy. Ooh, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Eee, that's why you don't go to bowling alleys.
Again, very classical, but not quite what we're after, really. That's the fucking theme to Angry Birds.
Bro got a
We'll
pulled
take
pork
that.
sandwich and taffy at 11:30.
Bro, it's barbecue. You got fucking milk.
What a dumb mod, to be honest. Gato Cristo. That is the fattest monkey I think I've ever seen in my life.
Uncle,
Calm down. I don't know who pissed. I don't know who pissed off God or whatever. What a cute dog.
Oh, Mr. Goldfinger, yeah, come in. We've got space for you to have a haircut. Come on, sit down here. Fucking joking, dickhead. I'm not really a barber. I'm fucking James Bond. Short back and blow your fucking head off. Twat!
Okay. Ooh, what are you doing? Honestly, no, I want to be honest. That's what my grandma taught me. When you burn bread, you just get a little knife and you just keep scraping it off. It is a real tactic. He wants stick. Oh, that's stupid. Stupid. What do you expect?
Okay, here we go. Kinda like name an NFL equivalent for each NBA player.
Tea's gone cold and
I love you. Like, he don't want to see me with nobody else but you. He don't want to see me with his mom. He want to see me with you. I love you, mother.
Yeah, Dad.
Man, this ain't my fucking son. This is a grown-ass man. Shut the fuck up, calling me daddy. Love it, I can't do this.
He's not crying, he's laughing.
Yo, Muffin. What's up? Take me out to dinner.
Shake. Shake. Pig. Shake.
Ooh, it's kind of lit. I'm not gonna lie. that was nice. That brought me happiness. That brought me love. That brought me passion. It brought me compassion. It brought me everything I needed. Boom. What are people doing on Twitch? More react. More. I might play a game. Who knows? Game show. Pay money. Wubby game show. I might want to watch that. Hold on. No, I'm not gonna watch that. Actually, do you know why?
Even the best journeys.
My graphic cards always crashes when I watch stuff on Twitch. So like, so you know. What is that? What is that? Something interesting for me. Ooh. What is on the table? What can I actually stream? What can I not stream? No, I don't know. Right now, I'm too much in the vibe. I feel a vibe. I'm in the stage of laziness where I don't even want to play a game. Just kind of want to listen to nice music and watch, pay money. To be honest, I think that's actually what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna call the night. Ain't no one's here, but I'm gonna call it night. Just in case anyone comes last second. Nah, they're not coming. They're not coming. But, you know what? Thank you for watching the VOD. If anyone does watch this, it was actually a nice stream. Even though no one was here, it was a nice stream. So, come back again. Probably Friday. Probably Friday, in my opinion. So, have a good one. Hope you have a good night. Sleep tight. I'm gonna miss you. Bye.